you. Funding could be in jeopardy for housing programs that help one of the state's most vulnerable populations. NBC Connecticut's Taylor Regan covers domestic violence for us, and she has more details on how nonprofits and victim advocates are now in a holding pattern.
When a victim leaves the shelter, what are their options? To go back to their abuser? To lose their children if they're homeless?
Without post-shelter intervention, this is what victims of domestic violence could be faced with.
Or I don't have transportation to get from this place to this place to this place to this place to this place, and then victims give up because our system makes it hard for them.
According to CT Safe Connect, housing needs are one of their most requested services, and the Connecticut Coalition Against Domestic Violence believes safe futures start with safe spaces.
That first 2 weeks is really critical for a victim and the children. They change and they relax and they feel safe.
Safe Futures was one of the first domestic violence agencies in the state to offer a supportive housing program.
So they can leave in the middle of the night with nothing, and we can give them anything they need.
And Executive Director Catherine Verano says staff are available 24 hours a day to support victims and connect them with resources.
Like when we say we work with 10,000 victims a year here in southeastern Connecticut, it's 122,000 service contacts for those 10,000 victims. One client can take 10 people in different programs, from our court program to our shelter to our housing.
Rapid Rehousing has been one of the coalition's most successful programs.
We've housed over 900 individuals since we started several years ago, 387 households, and then right now our wait list is 737.
It provides victims with the stability they need to become financially independent. But Megan Scanlon of CCADV says the future of that program is uncertain.
We subsidize rent for up to 2 years, depending on a portion of your income. So it really puts families in a really tough spot.
At the end of 2025, it was announced that more than half of the funding they received from the Department of Housing and Urban Development would be cut and moved from permanent housing assistance to short-term.
There was a separate pot of money for domestic violence and a separate one for the homeless system. And what this is going to do eventually is going to force us to compete for the same pot of money, if not a lesser pot of money.
HUD Secretary Scott Turner defended the decision, saying reforms were needed to promote self-sufficiency among vulnerable Americans. But a federal judge ordered HUD to temporarily pause those changes after Connecticut joined a coalition of states to sue the agency.
For right now, our funding is safe, but we don't know how long that's going to last.
Now, this is an issue domestic violence agencies across the country are navigating, and something we'll continue to you inside the Hope Shop, where the New London community is helping victims heal and rebuild their lives. We'll send it back to you.